Hey there, everyone. It's Lib, co host of Fresh Off the Reel, here to tell you that this is a very long episode. It goes on for about 2 hours. Reason being is Dune is a very big movie, a very long movie that has a lot of stuff in it. And we go into a lot of detail, but we also trail off like we usually do. And we do it a lot in this one too. So get ready for a nice, long, special episode of Fresh Off the Reel talking about one of the best movies that we've seen all year. So here you go. Roll the episode. Let's talk Dune, sand, the Anakin Skywalker stuff. I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere. Hello, and welcome to the ninth episode of Fresh Off the Reel. My name is Lib.
My name is Ace Trainer Pat.
Ace Trainer.
May or may not be playing Pokemon right now.
You're gonna play
But
Pokemon during the recording?
I'm gonna try to. We're gonna see how much Dune talk I can get out of the way.
All right.
And on that note, today's episode is on Dune.
Today we're talking about a movie that has sand. I don't like
It's
sand.
coarse, it's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere.
Not
I
like you.
promise you that is far from the only Star Wars joke or Star Wars reference we're gonna make this week.
We're gonna make a lot of Star Wars references
A
because
lot of,
it's a sci-fi.
a lot, a lot of Star Wars references, a lot of Game of Thrones references. Might talk about Arrival because same director and it's got some similar vibes.
Might talk about Blade Runner because it's a great movie that Pat hasn't seen.
We might talk about whatever I recommend Lib later because that's a segment of this podcast.
Yeah, that
Haha.
that that, that one's a guarantee. That one's not
I'm,
Mike. That
I'm,
one's a
and
guarantee.
we might talk about Madbird.
We might talk about Madbird. We'll get to that later on. That's what you that's
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 the
what
recommendation.
to look forward to for this episode. But first, we're gonna discuss and review Dune, a 2021 film directed by Denis Villeneuve.
Still currently in theaters if you want to catch it.
Yeah, actually, it is. It's
Um,
still well. Wait, hold on. This is coming out a week after we're recording this. Is it? Will it still be in theaters? It's already been in theaters for a few
it,
months.
it's definitely still in theaters. No Time to
Okay,
Die is still in theaters. I saw Shang-Chi was still in theaters.
that
Here,
Shang-Chi
here,
is still in theaters.
here anyway. I can't speak for the rest of the world, but where we are located, I saw Dune in theaters a couple of days ago at the time of recording. It's probably still going to be there next week.
I
And
watched it at home 3 days before it came out because it leaked.
to just get it out of the way, I would recommend it. I thought it was good. Just like to
I
throw it out there. If you can see it in theaters, I'd highly recommend seeing it in theaters.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot better in theaters. This movie's sound design is really 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 good, and it definitely is definitely better with the surround sound and the crazy speaker setup they have in theaters. Especially, did you
Unfortunately,
watch it in IMAX?
yeah, I was just gonna say, unfortunately, I didn't get to see it in IMAX.
Oh,
But I might go see it again in IMAX because I enjoyed it that much, and I definitely think it deserves an IMAX experience. Because
yeah.
man, this movie is fucking pretty. Like,
Yeah, for a movie where pretty much all of it takes place on a dune, it's very beautiful. It's
uh,
probably the best looking film this year. Uh,
I'm gonna be extremely surprised if it doesn't win something for VFX or
yeah,
costume design. We'll get into that later because I don't want to jump into that topic immediately.
yeah. We're gonna
But
we're gonna get
yeah,
to that on a later date.
yeah.
Hmm.
But overall, I very much enjoyed this.
Yeah, I loved it. It's now my favorite sci-fi movie. That's a debate. I gave it 4 stars, and I might give it 5 stars after part two comes out. I think that comes out in 2024, so we're gonna have to wait a while.
Yeah, that was confirmed recently, right? That I mean, like obviously it was gonna get a sequel, but like the sequel was greenlit recently.
Oh, it's 2023. Okay, sorry, 2023. Also, just a little bit off topic. You know how many movies are coming out in 2023 that I'm like actually excited to watch?
How many?
So look at the Guardians 3, Dune 2, Indiana Jones 5, uh because of the Marvels that I'm not excited for, but the Marvels. MLS Quantumania, the was it Shazam Fury of the Gods. They're doing a live action of Little Mermaid. That makes me want to commit die. There's the Wonka movie, Mission Impossible 8, Fast and Furious 10 is coming out on in 2023. They're doing a Dungeons and Dragons movie. There's a Dungeons and Dragons movie that's coming out in 2020. There's a lot of stuff coming out in 2023. Also a new Star Trek movie, which it doesn't have a title yet, but Matt Shackman is directing it. The same director of WandaVision.
That is a lot of movies that are probably gonna get delayed.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at now that I'm looking at it. Yep.
One of those movies, Rat's filming today, at N3.
Oh yeah, Ant-Man Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania wrap filming too. Okay, well, we're gonna get into that in the news
Later.
segment. But for
But for
now,
now, how about my lovely co-host, Spaghetti Man, tell us what happened in Dune?
well, I'm going to read the synopsis off of Letterboxd because that's what I have open in front of me. Open the Google one and see if it's funnier or the Rotten Tomatoes
Uh,
one.
yeah, sure, I'll do that. Just before you do that, actually, just to throw another little tidbit out there. So you've read the book, right?
Yeah, oh yes, I have. I read the book. It was a
Um,
long time ago. I read it for summer reading for a high school class. The only reason I picked it is because it was the shortest one in the list. Now, saying Dune was the shortest book in the list is saying a lot. Because if I look
I
up, hold on, how many pages?
I have not read the book,
Dune
and I
is
did. And,
412 pages.
I've seen trailers for Dune, like when I went to see other movies, but for the most part, I went into this completely blind. Um,
Dune. This movie is by far the best book adaptation I've ever seen. Like it's so accurate to the book. And I watched an interview with the like where the director was breaking down the scene where Paul puts his hand in the box. He was breaking it down scene like shot by shot, and after listening to that interview, you can really tell that he genuinely loves the book, and the people who worked on this movie also genuinely love the book, and they really wanted to make the best movie they could possibly make. They treated this book like a Bible. That's what he said in the video.
I heard there's like some trimming of the fat, obviously, because it's a movie and it can't be like 5 hours long.
Yeah,
But I something I was worried about going into it was because I hadn't seen the book. I was worried about being like
confused.
confused or like have or like the movie expecting that I've already read the book, so it's gonna just like skim over things. But I have to say, for what I think is a pretty complicated story,
It is, yeah.
the movie handles like the movie that basically tells you everything you need to know straight up.
Yeah, the only
Like,
thing it really doesn't explain is what the voice is, but it's
well,
okay. I think that's up.
I think. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be in part two or if it's a bigger deal than I think it is. But like the way I interpret the voice is it's just like I like you know when like you speak to someone and you put on like that intimidating voice
Yeah.
and like or like you yell at someone and then like it's all about tone for me because like it doesn't come off like magic to me, so I just assume like okay, maybe it's just like it's a tone thing.
Yeah, because in one of the scenes where Lady Jessica and Paul are like tied up, and then they're like doing their sign language thingy, which is also not explained in the movie, but it's explained just by looking at what it is.
But that's like a visual
Yeah,
cue. Like
that's
I think
it's a
like
visual cue.
once it's done once you get it, right? I don't think they need to hold your hand and explain virtually everything.
Yeah. But yes, so they like she was telling him to find the right pitch because you need to the way the voice works is you have to like speak in a specific frequency, and the voice what it does it's basically a Jedi mind trick. That's the best way to compare it. It's a Jedi mind trick. It makes people do what you want them to do.
Yeah, I totally stole this from a different podcast from Carpool Critics. They're not called Carpool Critics anymore, but I still just be Carpool Critics. It's like when you yell at your dog and like you put on that like big mean voice and your dog will listen to you, but then like when you talk to your dog again in like your normal speaking voice, it'll be like super cuddly with you again.
Yeah.
That's how the voice kind of felt with me. Or like it's just like you speak in a certain way and then anybody will just listen to you. Yeah, it's a Jedi mind trick, like to TLDR it, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like magic to me. Nothing about Dune felt like magic.
Yeah, that's what I
It,
like. That's another thing I like about it.
yeah, everything kind of felt. I don't want to say grounded because it's a fucking space sci-fi,
Yeah, it's a
but like,
sci-fi.
but like it felt like
It's not like Star Wars.
yeah, like a natural like evolution kind of things.
Well, I'm just going off of the cutoff, like in the movie, like in relation to the book. But yeah, so I'm gonna read the plot synopsis off of Letterboxd. So, Dune.
I have the Google one open. So yeah, go ahead.
Beyond fear, destiny awaits. Paul Atreides, a brilliant and gifted young man born into a great destiny beyond his understanding, must travel to the most dangerous planet in the universe to ensure the future of his family and his people. As malevolent forces explode into conflict over the planet's exclusive supply of the most precious resource in existence, a commodity capable of unlocking humanity's greatest potential, only those who can conquer their fear will survive. Pretty good
That's
synopsis.
the same as the Google one.
Okay. The whole movie takes place on this planet called Arrakis, or is it Varak? I can't remember if there's a V at the beginning. But
I think it's just Arrakis. I
okay.
don't.
So the whole movie takes place on Arrakis, and on Arrakis, with all the sand, there's this little like powder that's called spice, and it's basically cocaine. Because
Yeah, yeah.
it gives you hallucinations. But the thing that makes it so valuable is you use it as fuel for space travel or something like
Yep.
that.
Yeah. It's not that all they say in the movie is it's necessary for space travel. They don't really like say if it's for fuel or not,
It's something
but
for like
it's it's probably for fuel.
yeah, it's probably something has to do with fuel or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's very very valuable in this universe. It's the most valuable thing in the universe. They don't say how much it's worth. They don't even I don't think they even tell you what the currency is in this universe.
It never comes up now.
It never comes up. I don't even think in the book it comes up, and it's not going to come up. But my hope for Denny, or maybe if someone else ends up directing it, is they adapt all of the books, because like I've never read the other ones. I've only read the first one. The first one's just called Dune. I really really want them to do the other books, because this I looked up the synopsis of the other books, and this universe goes way deeper than I thought.
That's it. I like I said, I don't know anything basically. I didn't really look into it either. It goes crazy.
It's pretty crazy. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk cinema. So,
Let's talk cinema. You want to
this
just talk about the visuals like right off the bat? Because like I have to say, like I think this is one of the like visually one of the most like beautiful movies I've ever seen.
yeah, I
Uh,
I'm going to buy the Blu-ray for this. Like I need to see it in its full I need to see it in its full uncompressed footage.
like I don't mean just like pretty to look at. Like the CG in this is fucking fantastic. The sets are amazing.
Yeah,
The costume design, like if this doesn't win best costume design, I will be shocked
I have
because
a feeling
the costume.
like because the Academy loves old-timey shit. Last Night in Soho is going to win best costume design.
Okay, maybe because you're right. The Academy does love old timey shit, and to give credit to Last Night in Soho, again that movie is beautiful. The sets and the costumes and that
Still
are
haven't
great.
seen it.
Fantastic movie, but you really get sucked into the world of this movie.
Yeah. The CG really convinces you that this world exists. somewhere. I don't think I think they filmed this in like somewhere in the Middle East for sure. Because I don't think it was all CG.
No, there are sets. Like the sets were built. It's not 100% CGI and green screen.
Budapest.
Like
It was filmed in Budapest. That's I don't. Is there sand in Budapest? I thought that was like.
there's sand everywhere.
Well, yeah, there's
Because
sand
sand is
everywhere.
coarse. It's because it's coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
Oh, it gets everywhere. That's you're right. You're right about that. I should have thought of that. Wise words from Anakin Skywalker himself.
Yeah, idiots! How do you not know the wise words of our
I'm
Lord and Savior, Hayden Christensen?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. Well, all the CG is like the scenes where like there's explosions happening like near the beginning of the movie when the enemy clan attacks. I forgot their name.
Yeah, that is one thing I have to say is I don't remember any of these names of these clans or the planets or like even spice is something I forget because like it's a lot thrown at you, and like you just throw these big words. Like I know like Paul is like bred specifically to be like the child of prophecy or whatever, and it's called something, but I don't fucking remember what it's called.
Dune clan names.
No, it's not. It's his mom's a wizard, right? And like
Oh,
there
that's
was
the
there
Bene Gesserit. That I remember.
yeah, like the only male wizard. I'm just gonna call them wizards because that's what they are. Um,
Yeah, there's a Bene Gesserit, there's a Benny Tylax, there's the Fremen. The Fremen, that's the people who live on Arrakis.
I'm just gonna call them Batista boys because Batista's one of them. I'm gonna call them um, Aquaman lads because Jason Momoa is a knight for Paul's clan.
Okay, that's House
Uh,
Atreides. Come on,
the Jason Momoa boys.
oh, come
Um,
on, what's their name?
there's the blue-eyed people.
That's the Fremen.
The Zendaya crew. The
That's
Zendaya and her simps.
that's also the Fremen.
Yeah, that's it. Like the blue-eyed people. That's just Zendaya and her simps. Like, I feel like in that case, like reading a book would be a maybe not a better experience, but like a different experience. Because like you're actually reading these words and you're gonna remember them more. Whereas like in this case, they were just like saying all these big words, and I'm like, buddy, what happened to like the
It's
Jedi?
Harkonnen. That's it. It's Harkonnen. Found it. It's Harkonnen. Got it.
But yeah, we kind of went off on a tangent there. But we were talking about the set design and
Yeah,
filming in
so
Budapest.
when the Harkonnen, the scene where the Harkonnen come in and they destroy the entire city that was on Arrakis, that the CG in that scene is amazing. All the explosions, they look really good. The spaceships, they look really good in this movie too. I mean, obviously that's all CG.
What spaceships aren't real?
No, they aren't. Is that news to you?
That's
Wow.
that's crazy.
That's fucking crazy, man. I thought there were fucking aliens in the sky. Let's get those
Yeah, like
conspiracy theorists in here.
yeah, like everything just looks fantastic. Like it's such a pretty movie.
When the wind blows the dust, that one scene where there's the I don't know what to call it. It's like an avalanche but with dust, with sand. I don't know what to call it, but that scene there, that was really good too. I think the best CG was done on the worm, the sandworm. That looked really, really terrifying.
The sandworm looks like amazing. Like it's terrifying, but like amazing. It's legit. I think the best. Like it's a simple design, obviously. Like it's we don't really see it. We just see the it's big old mouth.
Yeah.
But it's one of the best looking CGI monsters I think I've seen
Yeah,
ever.
it's so good. All the CGI is so good. And I really hope this wins best
It has to win best VFX. Like
best
there's
VFX.
no doubt in my mind it's gonna win best VFX. It really deserves best costumes too. Like the costumes for each faction look so good. They all look distinct, but
Yeah.
like they're all like human kinda. So like but like it makes them all like stand out. and they're all different, and you know who's who at all times. It's just great. It's the costumes are just so like detailed and nice.
But the still suits, they look really good. I really want I want one. I want an accurate still suit cosplay. I'm gonna go to Comic-Con with a Dune still suit with the thing in the nose and then the mask over it.
Get doomed. Just tell people that when you walk by them.
Get fucking Dune, kid.
Pocket sand.
I should just be walking around with a bag of sand. If no one gets my costume, I'll just hold it up.
Oh, you're from King of the Hill. You're the guy, right? That's what you're referencing, right?
Sure, I sell
Oh wait,
propane
no
and
no, you're Luke.
propane
Wait, no
accessories.
wait no. You know, I got it. You're Luke Skywalker.
Uh, uh, you're closer.
Okay, wait. Hey, I want one more. Can I get one more guess?
Yeah. Go ahead.
You're gender bent Arya Stark
Uh,
from Game of Thrones, right? That's
um, no. I mean, you could keep like there's the sand. There's the sand here. Like,
that's all I know. It's Star Wars. It has to be. You're
I,
from Tatooine.
so I'm Paul Atreides from Dune.
What? What's that? Wait. I know who you are. Hold on. Wait. I want one more guess.
Okay.
Okay.
I already told you who I am.
I don't know. No, I wasn't listening. Can I have one more guess?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It has to be this one. Like I know for sure this is it.
All right, what is
You're
it?
you're, you're Timothy Chalamet.
That's it. That's right.
You're just him, right?
uh, yeah, sure. I mean, that's as close as we're gonna get.
That's as close as we're gonna get.
I'm Timothy Chalamet. I was in Lady Bird and Interstellar.
And I was cucking Tom Holland on Instagram.
All right, we went on
He's
tangent
supposed
there.
to be he's supposed to be like 14 or something in this, or like 15. He's
He's
supposed to be like a kid,
yeah,
right?
he's like a teen.
And he looks like a grown man who is an age.
I'm looking up how old
I'm
Paul is
pretty
supposed
sure
to
he's
be.
older. I
15.
think and I'm pretty sure the actor is older than I am. But
He,
granted, he looks young. Like he definitely looks like a child.
yeah, it's like a
But
Tom Holland situation. He was
yeah,
born in 95.
so he is older than me.
Oh, he's in Wonka? Oh, he's playing Willy Wonka.
Wait, what?
I didn't know that.
Okay, let's put a pin on that one so
Yeah,
we can
let's
talk about Sam.
yeah, we need to keep talk we keep going away from Sand movie.
This is the sand tangent episode.
That's just the meme of this episode because for so many episodes we've been saying we're gonna do a Dune episode, then when we do the Dune episode, we barely talk about Dune.
We're just not gonna talk about Dune.
So you've seen Empire Strikes Back, yeah?
Yeah, I have. It's a fantastic movie.
Mm,
Um, personally, I like episode 2 the best. But
don't even joke about that. All right, Dune. Uh, the main plot point is Timothy, Paul,
Timothy.
Timothy Chalamet is the chosen one.
Well, that's not really a plot point in this one. Like, I'm sure that's gonna come up later because they definitely like build into it. Like his mom has him tested and he passes at the beginning,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Wait, I shouldn't really
it's
talk about.
yeah. Let's not like spoil book like movie 2 stuff because I haven't read the book.
Yeah, because the
But
thing
I'm
is,
sure that's
like, I have to be careful because I could accidentally spoil part two.
so like going forward. Fair warning, maybe spoilers for part 2.
I might
We're gonna try not
accidentally
to.
spoil. I'm probably not going to, but I might say something. I think I already did say something before that
Uh,
was about part two.
that's whatever. I didn't catch it, so it's fine.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Well, you wouldn't have caught it.
Yeah,
It's you don't
I
you haven't
wouldn't have
read it.
caught it.
So
But yeah, like the whole chosen one plot point is kind of just teased here. I'm sure it's gonna be come up again later.
yeah, a lot
But this one
something
really
that
is. Go ahead, sorry.
Yes, I was gonna say something that happens a lot in this movie are flashbacks. Well, flashback dream sequences. I
Flash,
mean,
flash forwards.
flash forwards. Yeah. Fun fact: some of those flash forwards happen. I'm not telling you which ones, but some of them happen.
Well, some of them already happened,
Yeah, some of them
and
happen
some
in
of
the
them
movie.
and some of them happen differently than how they were in the flash forward.
Yeah, like
I,
I
I
think
kind of like
in
that. It's
in the
like,
flash forward when when he's supposed to meet Shani, she kills him.
yeah,
In
that's not what.
but
And another thing that's like constantly flash forwarded is the blue-eyed people. The dude he kills in like the challenge to the death.
yeah.
In the flash forwards, it's kind of like built into like that he's gonna train him like the ways of the sand.
Yeah, and in the last dream sequence, I think it's the last one in the movie, the voice in his head, not saying who it is, the voice in his head, I almost said the name, said that he's a friend and that he's gonna show him like he has to follow him. Shocking turn of events. They do this duel. It's like this ceremonial duel, and well, Paul wins.
That whole sequence is really cool because at first they're like he's like he has him pinned down with the blade to his neck, and he's like no kneel like just like give up.
Yeah, yield, and he's
Oh,
like,
yield. It was a yield. Just
yeah.
like give up basically, and like they're in their tribe. They're like no, like we don't do that here. And
Once someone has
so
to
so that
die.
yeah, so eventually Paul has to kill him, and he cries, right? And that's when he cries. That's what like makes them want like accept him. You know,
Yeah, cause
it's like water is this really important thing, and I don't think it's explained why. Water
oh
is such a big deal here. Like it's a super limited resource. From what I understand, the planet that Paul is from is like the water planet.
yeah, so it's kind of like it's comparable to the Hunger Games. You know how like every district in the Hunger Games, like one's for like spare parts and one's for food and one's for this and that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
In this universe, there are some planets that are for certain things. Like there also Earth exists in this universe. That this universe is air quotes in the same timeline as ours. It's just like 10,000 years or something like that later.
like
Um,
humans have
yeah, well,
evolved.
humans, yeah, humans have evolved like to the to the Harkonnen and
Yeah,
to
like
the Fremen.
nobody here is strictly alien, but like some humans have like evolved over time to the point where you can argue that they're alien.
Yeah, especially when they started to learn how to use the voice. That's what really separated the new humans from the old humans. And Earth in the books, Earth is gone. Like no one lives there anymore. It's a deserted planet. It's like a fireball. But what I was getting to was so there are some planets that are still like all around stuff, but Paul's home planet, I forgot what it's called. It's a really long name. It starts with an H or
Just call
something.
it. It's like the water one, because
Yeah,
I know
it's
Oscar
like
Isaac
it's the
says.
water one.
Yeah, I know Oscar Isaac. Um, earlier in the movie, I don't remember the character's name. It's like
Duke Leto.
at the scene when they're at the grave. They're like, I don't remember if it's at the grave or if it's after, or if it's like with someone else. But he's like, oh, we have the power of water and air. So now we're gonna go make friends with the sand people, and we're gonna have the power of sand as well.
I
Even though
think
that
he
like
meant military power.
he wanted the sand. He wanted military pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
But yeah, so like
I'm gonna throw some dirt in your eye.
yeah, basically military.
There's a
Yeah.
Spider-Man
But
reference.
yeah, it's just funny. It's not for me. It's like 2 episodes now. It's not for me.
You gotta keep up.
Yeah, I do. But yeah, it's like there. So yeah, like I guess because it's the desert, that's why like water is just limited.
Yeah, it's just because
But like it
there's
was,
no water on Arrakis.
yeah, I guess that makes sense. And I'm just dumb.
Like, it's not that like in the universe water is scarce. Like there are obviously some
Yeah,
planets
yeah,
that
yeah.
don't have a lot of
It
water.
it
That's
and like that
why
just happens to be one of them.
yeah, Arrakis is. I mean, it's a desert planet, and there's only one city, and it got blown up. So that's why the Fremen invented the still suits. It converts your urine and your sweat into
Tears
drinkable
and your
water.
sweat.
So you
Bear
know,
Grylls would love that suit.
Bear Grylls would love that suit. And after that, I, I I I just got curious. I was like, is a still suit possible in real life? Because like the suits, like space suits, the ones that astronauts wear, like the NASA astronauts and the SpaceX astronauts, they're
I mean,
basically
like,
still suits.
in theory, like it makes sense. Can't you like if you boil pee, you can drink it? Like, isn't that a thing?
No,
Or if you filter, your
it's if you filter it.
yeah.
That's the
If you
because
filter it, you can drink it. Yeah.
it's if you boil rainwater, you could drink it. Yeah,
Oh, that was it.
or like ocean water.
I've been
Because
slacking on my Survivor.
yeah, survival situation. If you're near an ocean, don't drink the fucking water. You're gonna die. You gotta boil it
It's
first.
very salty. It's very full of fish stuff.
It's mostly full of brain eating bacteria.
True.
Yeah, we're just not talking about Dune.
This is kind of related to Dune.
Oh yeah, kind of related to Dune, but yeah,
You, you can filter your pee and drink it just like in Dune. That's what the suit does, right? Like it
yeah,
filters
it filters
the
all of
liquids
your body liquids.
and then it feeds it back into you. Like it's
Yeah,
a good system.
you just like there's a like in the mask that they put, there's like a little tube that you
Yeah, that
drink
goes in.
from. But when I in my endeavor trying to look up if still suits are real, it is theoretically possible, but probably won't happen for at least in
Oh
our
yeah.
lifetime.
Yeah, we're not there yet, but like it's
Yeah.
definitely like in theory, like it seems possible,
Yeah,
right?
in theory it might work. But specifically how they work in Dune, that's impossible. That you can't do that. But obviously. I would have liked at least to see what it looks like, the Fremen village, what it looks like. They don't show it in this one. Obviously they're gonna show it in part two. I was hoping that they would cut off there, like in the Fremen village, like they start at Paul's hometown and then they finish where Paul is eventually gonna live for the rest of his life. You know, that would have been cool, but I guess not. That they
So what you're saying is the movie needed to be longer.
yes. Just okay, 10 minutes longer.
It needed to be 2 hours longer. It's not long enough.
Some deep evil part of me wanted Denny to release this 6 hour long movie about Dune.
I hear that a lot. Like I really like people are just like I really wish it was just a full adaptation of the book in one movie, and it's like 10 hours long.
I mean, I honestly, I would do that. Like, I would watch that. Isn't like in movie theaters? Don't they have a thing where if the movie's longer than 4 hours, they do a break?
I've never seen a movie in theaters that was that
Oh yeah,
long.
me neither. But I've only heard that if a movie's longer than 4 hours, they put a bathroom break in the middle.
I'd believe it if I was told that, but I've never. I would never. I guess you would have to, right? Because like like you have to do that for stage plays. So
Well, yeah, and those go on for like longer. That could go on for like the entire night, don't they? I've never been to a stage play.
I mean, they can go for a while, yeah, not all night, but
Well,
I mean, I've
the
never
only
been to
stage
one that
plays
one all
I've
night.
been to are like half an hour, like the ones that you go for school that they force
Oh
you
no
to
no,
go.
I've seen the greatest the greatest stage play of all time. Spider-Man: Turn Off the Dark.
You saw that?
I saw that. I went during my high school trip to New York, and we saw that.
Oh my god.
But that's a story for another time.
Yeah, dude, we should do an episode on
No,
that.
no, no, we should not. First of all, I don't think you could even find it, but like, I don't want to
For
think about it.
the record, we're not gonna do episodes on stage plays.
I really want to do Cats though.
Well, no, we're not doing fucking cats.
Not the movie, the stage play,
Oh my god,
but
they're both
also
bad.
but also Cats 2019.
I'd have to be drunk.
I'm gonna recommend it to you at some point. It's gonna be the recommendation
Oh
station for 1
no.
week. Make you watch Cats. Cats sober.
But I've seen it. You can't recommend it to me. I've seen it.
Cats sober.
Okay, whatever. We're back to Dune. We're like 40 minutes in. We barely talked about. So, well, I mean, we kind of touched upon like all the parts of the story, kind of.
I don't remember if the description you gave about it went into this, but like okay, so I was telling Lib about this off camera, but I kind of took a fat nap for like the
Oh,
first 20 minutes. So
oh
I don't actually know if this was established earlier and I just missed it.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, and I don't remember if the description you read from Google or Letterboxd or whatever says this,
Yeah.
but like our favorite Star Wars character Poe and crew were sent to Tatooine by the Emperor, like the Emperor of space question mark. Basically like to die, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
it was a trap. So you did miss
yeah.
that part.
Okay.
They weren't sent there. So what happened
No,
was,
I know that. I know that
oh,
because it
okay.
comes up later in the movie. I don't remember if it was said in the description
Oh no, it
that you
wasn't said
read,
in the description. No.
because
Uh,
that's a pretty big
yeah,
one, right?
yeah. I mentioned before that the Harkonnen destroy the city in Arrakis.
Yeah,
So
that's because the Harkonnen are teaming up with the Emperor,
yeah,
who's not
what
in
you
this movie.
yeah, something you
But
did miss at the beginning that was really important. It was at the very beginning, one of the first scenes of the movie, because Zendaya does a voiceover. The Harkonnen used to control Arrakis, and then they would use it to harvest spice, like they ever like that, you know.
yeah, and
But
then the Emperor
the
and
Fremen would assassinate them, pretty much, because they're like, get off our land. Because the rule for the Fremen, they established this when they make it to Arrakis, when Atreides make it to Arrakis. They say at night you can get your spice, and then you come back here, stay there. Okay, that's all. That's our rules. At night, go get your spice, and then come and then go back. So what the Harkonnen would do, they would get spice 24/7, and that would attract sandworms to the Fremen villages. So the Fremen started like bombarding the Harkonnen, and then the Harkonnen started assassinating the Fremen. Before I said the Fremen would assassinate the Harkonnen, I was wrong. It was the other way around. So the Harkonnen end up giving up Arrakis to Atreides because they're
yeah,
like longtime enemies. And the Emperor somehow knows that Paul is the chosen one. They don't explain how or why, but maybe it comes up in the second part.
okay, so I'm gonna assume it comes up in the second part.
So they sent House Atreides to Arrakis to kill them.
And based on the fact that there's a second half of this book, I don't think that goes well.
Nope, it doesn't.
I mean, they kill most of them, so that part goes well.
Yeah,
But
they kill most of them.
they failed to kill the one that they were actually trying to kill.
Yeah, they failed to kill the one person, Paul, that they were trying to kill. And speaking of Paul, just I want to go back to the scene where he was with the Bene Gesserit, and he put his hand in the box.
Mhm.
So, fun fact, believe it or not, this is not the first Dune movie. There was another Dune movie in like 1984. I think I mentioned this in last week's episode. That one, when because that's like the most iconic scene from the book, is when he puts his hand in the box. It's supposed to feel like I don't. Oh, actually, I don't want to say it yet because I want to hear what Pat thinks. Pat, when you put your hand in the box, what do you think it feels like? What do you think like Paul was supposed to be feeling?
It's just excruciating pain, right?
Well, like what's causing that pain? Like what's the feeling he's getting?
I don't know. That's like burnt, maybe. He checks his hand when he pulls it out, so I'm assuming something physical.
Yeah. So a lot of people think that it's like supposed to feel like needles or knives cutting him, but that's not the case. So in the book, it says that it's supposed to feel like his hand is being burnt off.
Okay, so I was
Yeah.
right.
So yeah, you were right. That's why he checks his hand to see if it's okay.
Mhm.
In the original movie, they use CGI to put like the sound of flames in the background, and they put flames on his hand, and they do this weird
That's
CGI
lame.
thingy.
That's lame.
Yeah, that is lame. And Denis he didn't want to do that for this movie, so what they did, they just used all practical stuff, and they just relied on Timothy's acting to
Yeah, and
really
he
sell
did a
it, and he did a
yeah,
great job.
he did a great job there.
It's my favorite scene in the movie. It's done super well, and the Bene Gesserit, the way they're dressed and everything, perfectly like that's exactly what I pictured when I was reading the book. One thing though, now that I brought that up, the way the sandworm works in the movie, that's not how I pictured it in the book.
Oh, really?
I picture
Interesting.
I pictured it with like, because it said it had rows of really long sharp teeth. But I never imagined it like what it looks like in the movie. What I imagine is like, you know what the Sarlacc pit looks like in episode 6, in Star Wars episode 6?
Yes.
I imagine
Yes.
that without the tentacles, and it's like a long snake. So it's got like a big mouth that opens, you know? Not like a rounded mouth, more like a,
Oh, like it had an actual like
yeah.
mouth.
That's what I pictured. But the one in Dune is way scarier.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The
that's
one in
terrifying.
the movie is way scarier than what I was picturing.
I've seen too many memes like of like the worm from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And I was kind of expecting like a worm with a mouth too, until I saw like the trailers, and then the trailers like it's really terrifying.
When it's like in the sand and it's coming up and it's making all those rumbling noises and the sand gets kicked up, it looks so good. Everything in this movie looks so good. Even the like alien tech, like the thumpers and the shields. We didn't even mention the shields when we were talking about the CGI,
The
but
personal shields, yeah, they're great.
they look and sound
They're
really good.
they're really like weird though.
They are,
Like
yeah,
they can stop everything in quotation marks except things that move very slowly. So like
yeah, or
and I got
things with a really fine point.
yeah, and I got and that's how they're taking advantage of later.
Yeah.
But like you'd think that like in a world where they use melee weapons primarily, like there's a couple like ranged weapons, but like primarily you see them with like swords and stuff. Like a
Hmm.
sword has an edge and you can just cut into someone.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. The shields seem like they'd be super useful, but in practice they all kind of suck.
They're mostly to protect against like
Like sneak attack
explosions, I
or
guess.
explosions. Yeah.
Yeah. But apparently, like they, what you've seen in the movie and in the book, you still feel the pain. It just doesn't kill you.
Oh, so it's useless. Got it.
So it's useless. Like if you get punched while you have the shield up,
I guess that's
you'll
why like
still
the
feel
shield.
like, yeah, you still feel like you get punched, but you won't get a bruise or anything, you know?
So like the shield, like sometimes when like enough, if it's something was touching it on a certain point for a certain amount of time, it like became red instead of blue.
Yeah,
So
red
I
means
guess.
it's gonna go through the shield.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's why when the guy shot Paul's dad, and it went on the shield and it went red for a bit until it went through. It's because it's trying
Mhm.
to break through the shield. But look, that it's weird because like it blocks everything except things that you would need to get blocked.
But like there's parts of the movie where like someone would put their hand on someone's shoulder and it would flash red. It's like that your hand is passing through it. That shit sucks.
It's weird. It's really weird. I don't. The rules for that. That's the most CG bullshit. I mean, sci-fi bullshit thing in the movie is
They
those
don't really.
shields.
They're just like it's a
Well,
shield that works when we need it to and doesn't work when we don't.
it's really weird, but whatever. The CG and the audio on the shields are really good. That's the whole point. I think there's not much. I mean, there's not a lot left that I have to say.
We'll talk about the okay. So I have a weird take.
Yeah,
Like it's a very weird champ take, but because I think the acting in this is fucking phenomenal.
yeah,
Even like Batista, who generally I don't think is a strong actor, or like Jason Momoa too. I don't think he's a very strong actor. He's really good at being like the chill dude, bro. But
yeah,
like in this movie, there's moments where he tries to be serious and it comes off as really awkward because that's just not his strength, you know.
yeah.
But but like for the most part, the acting is like pretty fucking fantastic. But I have to say, I found it hard to like relate or to attach myself to these characters. Maybe it's because like I'm not like there's still a second half of a book.
Yeah, that's
Like
another thing too. Yeah.
I found myself like being pretty indifferent towards a lot of these characters, and I kind of wanted to be more attached to them. You know?
That's a complaint I see a lot of just you can't really get attached to them, and a lot of them don't get a lot of screen time either.
Yeah, like there a lot of them die early, and then the ones that do stay around, like I don't really, I'm not like attached to Paul. Like he's cool, but like he's not like someone I'm rooting for necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like like the villain, like the fat dude, the stinky, disgusting guy.
The
Uh,
Emperor.
yeah, I have no attachment to him like at all.
Yeah, me neither. Like
Like
it,
I am so like I just don't fucking care about this character, you know?
I mean, they're characters that are catered to a book, right? So like you're supposed
Yeah,
to,
like I feel like if I read the book, I'd like them more.
yeah. So I'm talking about the book too much, but
Well, like you have to, right? Because it's a book
yeah, it's an
adaptation.
adaptation. It's one of the few that I've actually read the book first and then
You
watched the
you
movie.
can't like you can't just not talk about the book in situations like this. You have to. Like, it has to come out.
Yeah, so the characters are really meant for you to like get attached to them. Plus, they're like sci-fi characters, not just sci-fi characters. They're sci-fi characters for a book, so they're really weird and they have weird names that are not memorable. Like even like there are some characters here, like the ones I remember. I remember Paul, Jessica's the mom. There's Leto's the dad, and Duncan is the guy who the Jason Momoa. That's Duncan. I don't remember
Yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
else's name.
Like Duncan's
Cherry, I
probably
know Cherry.
my favorite character. But that's just because Jason
Kamiyami.
Momoa is a really charismatic dude, and not because I think his character was interesting. And like maybe if I read the book, I'd be more attached to them because the book will obviously give these characters more time to breathe. But like I don't know, I wanted to. It's like in Star Wars, for example, love them or hate them, they want you to be attached to these characters,
Yeah,
and I think for the most part, it succeeds. Like for the most part. But whereas these ones, I'm like these are just like I'm just following them because they're the main characters and not because I care. Like, I care more about what's going on than I do about who's involved. If that makes sense.
yeah. I get that.
It's weird. Maybe the second movie, the second half of the story, will help, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see because
Because
the
it's very apparent that like a lot of the characters in the first half exist to die.
yeah, especially like the ones that like the ones in House Atreides, because most
Yeah,
of them died during the assault at the beginning. Well, it's
yeah.
in the
So
middle. I mean,
like the characters they want you to care about are the ones at the end. You know.
yeah, like
Um.
the ones that are alive by the end. Those are the important characters. Paul,
Yeah.
Chani, just all of the Fremen, and the Emperor especially. Because newsflash, he's still
He's the villain.
alive.
Well, you see him at the end of the movie. Like
Well, yeah, I
he's not.
know, but they try to kill him, but it doesn't
Yeah, they
work.
try to kill him and then it doesn't work.
It's very apparent that you're only getting, you know, you're only getting the entree, and you still haven't gotten
Yeah.
the
But
main
then
course
they get
yet.
like these like stellar actors to play these characters, and it's like, oh, okay, it sucks. Like I love Oscar Isaac, and I kind of wish we got to see more of him. You know?
Yeah, I wish we saw more of him too because he played the character really well. But you know where you're gonna see him? Moon Knight.
Yes,
That's where you're gonna see him.
he will be playing the Man of the Moon.
And in Spider-Verse 2.
Yes, I was with like IAC 2099 right
Yeah,
there.
he's Miguel, yeah.
Yeah, he's Miguel O'Hara.
I like Oscar Isaac. He's a good actor.
Yeah, I love him too. He's really just a nice, charismatic dude who hates Star Wars, and I also hate Star Wars, but I also love Star Wars, so it's a complicated relationship.
Just that just his line of somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah, like I relate to that on like a spiritual level. Like I related to that line too much. Like the deep sigh, I felt that.
Somehow Palpatine returned. And we're all just like, Yeah,
He
you gonna
sure
explain it?
did.
You gonna explain it? No, no. Okay, okay. He's also Gomez Adams in the Adams Family movie, which is the worst animated movie I've seen so far.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Anything for a paycheck, I guess, right?
In the wise words of in the wise words of Han Solo, anything for a paycheck.
Yep.
And Harrison Ford, an extension to that,
And he
and Daniel
made sure
Craig.
everyone knows that. And Tom Holland, apparently.
Yeah, now Tom Holland, which is I mean it's if you play a character for long enough, you're gonna end up resenting it.
It's just funny how, like, you listen to what he said about Spider-Man in 2015 when he was cast. Compared to now, it's like it's night and day. But like, I get
Yeah,
it.
it's the same with Daniel Craig when he was casted for Casino Royale, he went crazy. And then Quantum of Solace, after Quantum of Solace, and then Skyfall, and then Spectre. He's like, okay, that's I'm done.
I don't think these actors signed up for, or like in the case of Tom Holland, I don't think he signed up to be the face of the MCU. And then that's what they're leading him into,
Yeah, and I
right?
mean, like, 'cause he signed up and he signed up with a big asterisk because he there was a chance he wasn't even gonna be in the final cut.
And now he's like, well, Robert Downey's gone, so you're the next head. Robert Downey's gone, Chris Evans is gone. You're literally the face of the franchise now, GLHF.
I mean, it's I'm sure it's a lot of pressure. I'm sure,
Yeah. Also,
and it's gonna be
Spider-Man
sick.
fans are the fucking worst.
Yeah,
I
they
know
are.
because I'm one of them.
They are like they even in the trailers for Eternals, I saw the comments are like, okay, but where's Spider-Man? I'm like, oh, it's fucking Eternal. Whatever.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it by the way. Review?
Eternals? Me neither. No,
Me,
I have virtually no interest.
me neither. Me neither. In most of the
I'll
MCUs.
I'll watch it whenever it drops on like Disney Plus or like when it's
Yeah.
dropped online. I'll just put it on in the background or I'll do something else because I don't want to spend money.
You know what I do want to spend money on? Dune Part 2 because
Oh yeah, because this movie's great and I will look forward to seeing more.
yeah,
I'm
believe it or
happy
not,
I
this
wasn't.
episode is about Dune.
Yeah, I'm happy I walked out of it not as confused as I was expecting to.
Yeah.
Like I had mentioned this briefly earlier, but like the movie does throw a lot of big things at you, a lot of big names, a lot of big words. I think, and like it is a lot. It's information overload. It is an exposition dump movie, but I think they're very like direct and straightforward with what's happening. Like it's not told confusingly. It's told very straightforwardly,
Yeah, the
so you can
storytelling
follow
is
it.
really good and
And I walked out of it being like, okay, I think I get it. Like, yeah,
yeah.
and now Paul, well, leading into part two, Paul is with Zendaya Sims to fulfill his father's dying wish, kind of like unite the people of the sand with his home planet. And I'm sure shit's gonna go wrong, and they have to take down the emperor. But yeah, like it's pretty straightforward. Like getting from A to B to C is where things are like a little like confusing. But A, B, and C itself is very like direct, you
Yeah,
know.
it's the in-betweens.
And that's where like they dump a lot on you, which is fine. Like it's
I
not a big
feel
deal.
like if I didn't read the book and I just watched this, I would still have the same amount of understanding. The only reason I have more understanding now is
You
because
read the book.
I know what's happening. I know what's gonna happen in part two.
That's the advantage is you know the full context, so
Yeah, I know the full
the,
context.
the additional information is more valuable to you because you know how where it goes. Like it's like if I read just the first half of the book, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I
It's
would
like reading
probably
just the
I
first half.
would no, but like if I chose like the day before I read the first half of the book and then went to watch the movie, I would probably still have that same level of understanding that I do now. But because you know where it goes, you have additional information, right? So you can piece things together better. That information is more valuable to you than it is to me.
Yeah,
because
that
I
that
don't
is
know what's
yeah,
happening.
it's a curse though because I mean I know what happens in part 2 and there are many things that happen in part 2.
So part two is going to be a long movie or a shitty movie.
I really hope it's not shitty. Part 2 is the better half. Uh
Based on the quality of part one, I'm not worried.
Yeah, I'm not worried whatsoever. I hope it's not bad. There's obviously there's still brand new characters, and I already have ideas for who would be casted. I really want Daniel Craig to be one of them for a very specific character that I can't talk about. He's a villain, and I think Daniel Craig would play an excellent villain.
I
Think
think Daniel
about it.
Craig needs a role that just lets him go crazy.
Yeah, this role would let him go crazy.
He needs to play a Bond villain.
Yeah, he does.
I think after being Bond for so long, he needs to be a Bond villain.
I think for him Knives Out was that loosey goosey movie because
Yeah.
he got to do a funny accent and he got to be funny.
Hmm.
uh
But now that he'll we could have to scratch a different itch. I wonder where he'll go.
yeah, I'm really curious. I don't know what he'll do. Maybe I mean he might take a break from acting.
Well,
Like
he's doing Knives Out too and stuff. I
well
don't think
yeah
he's
he's
gonna take
doing
a break
Knives
from
Out
that.
too. I don't think that's started filming yet.
I don't think actors take a break from acting as often as you think. I don't know. Like I don't think he's burnt out, but I might be wrong. What do I know?
I think he's just burnt out on playing the
On
same
Bond,
character.
I
Yeah.
think he just hates James Bond. I think he just pisses him off.
He hates MGM now.
Yeah, he'll never work with them again.
But yeah, Dune was a really good movie.
It was pretty great. I honestly really enjoyed it.
It's a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. It's like I said in the beginning of the episode, it is the best and most accurate adaptation of a book I've ever seen. It's very like down to it. You want to know how you can tell if an adaptation is good from a book is if they split it in two parts. If they split it in two parts, you know they're going from the book because the book is
Well,
long.
yeah, I mean, long books are like you can't shove a whole book into one movie.
Yeah, you can't just do that. Like
It's
and
too much content.
it's the reason why like I don't know if you've seen the Harry Potter series.
I have not.
Oh, that's something you need to do.
That's
But
something I've been telling myself I want to do for years now because I missed them growing up and then I never had much interest.
no, I
Like
missed them growing
I
up
mean, like,
too. It was only like a couple years ago that I watched them.
yeah, I really want to sit down and do like all 8 movies in one sitting because I hate myself.
Yeah,
But we'll see.
because most people agree that the Deathly Hollows Part One and Part Two is the best the two best movies of the whole series. And the reason why is because Deathly Hollows the book is really long, and they were originally going to just put it in one movie like the rest of the books because the Harry Potter books are pretty long. They're about like 400 pages each, but Deathly Hollows is like 500 or 600 pages. So they split it in two movies, and it really benefited from splitting it in two movies because I think the best thing about splitting something in two, splitting a movie in two, is that foreshadowing and and like flash forwards have more impact because you
Yeah,
have to wait to see the outcome.
yeah, it gives smaller things more time to breathe, and I think that's really important, especially like when converting a story from a book to a movie. Because like in a book, you can like take your time and you can absorb information as at your own pace. But like in a movie, shit's happening, you know. So and oftentimes because things are constantly moving, some things get more focused than others. But like in this way, you can kind of give everything more time to breathe and it generally benefits more in storytelling, I think.
Yeah, I really hope they don't fuck it up. I don't think they will, but there's always a chance.
I believe in them.
I do too. And when part two comes out, I'm gonna watch part one again, and then part I'm gonna watch them back to back, just because I think that's probably gonna be the best way to
Yeah, I
to
think
watch
that's a
it.
good way to go about it. Yeah.
And I hope that they do like a DVD release of a cut of both movies cut together, like a 6 hour long cut.
They'll
Uh,
definitely do like a double pack.
yeah, like I know they would do a double pack, but I want them to merge the two movies into one, like they did with Kill Bill.
Maybe we'll have to see.
But we'll have to see. But yeah, I said it before. I gave this 4 stars. How many did you give it?
So gave it 4. It might change when part 2 comes out. Then I have like the full picture.
Mm-hmm. I've watched this movie
Um,
twice already. It's so good. It's
I wanna see it again in IMAX. I think that's like something I really would really enjoy.
I want this is 100% my favorite movie of the year. Before was the Suicide Squad, so I mean, not a hard thing to beat, but well,
I don't know what my favorite movie of the year is.
it's probably gonna be No Way Home.
Unless it sucks. What if it sucks, Lib?
What if it sucks? That's what I keep saying. You know, people are gonna be so butthurt if when the movie comes out and then it turns out that I mean not Tom, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are not in it.
Okay, when we talk about the trailer, I'll talk about that because I have a
Um,
lot to say in that department. But as
on to
someone who was very excited for Far From Home, I'm going into this one like I'm stupid excited. Don't get me wrong. And I'm sure like the week of, I mean the day before, I'm gonna be on the walls, like actually on the walls,
like Spider-Man.
like Spider-Man. I'll be jumping off the walls. But because I didn't like Far From Home, and because of especially how I felt walking out of the theater after Far From Home, I'm going into this one a little more like cautious, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess we can move on to that, but also everything else and hot off the presses. I forgot the name of the segment.
That's the last time I'm letting you do a transition.
Yeah,
We're gonna move on. Um, everything else hot off the presses.
I sure did try.
Don't worry, you'll get another shot. Do you want to try again? You could try that again if you
No, no,
wish.
no, that's fine. Let's just keep going.
Hot off the presses. This is the segment where we talk about movie news, things that are happening this week and last week since we missed the upload. Um,
Yeah, this is a lot happened because we missed a week, and it just happened to be a week where a lot of shit went down. So
yeah, a lot. Like last week, not
yeah, a
as
lot
much,
of
but this week.
yeah, a lot of movies, a lot of trailers, a lot of Ridley Scott screaming. It was a time. You had to be there.
You had to be there, man. Like it's like a party that happened in the '60s. You had to be there. So, we're gonna start with the less juicy ones and go forward. So, Red Notice is a movie. That's all I have to
Uh,
say.
we both haven't seen it. I'm not planning on seeing it.
So it's a Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson spy flick.
It's weird because like before, oh, not weird, but like before the movie came out, I was really excited for it. Because I like Ryan Reynolds, and despite knowing The Rock is not a good actor, I like him. He's a very charming dude,
It's about drive. It's
and
about power.
I'm in love with Gal Gadot, so I was ready to watch this movie. And then I heard it was shit. So
Yeah, I hear it's shit. But they did do this like deal with Microsoft. So, not a video game podcast, but if you have an Xbox, check out their free notice Microsoft stuff, the Red Notice Microsoft stuff, because you get free shit. You could get like a free month of Game Pass or something like that. I don't know.
nice.
Just a bunch of shit. You could win. There's even prizes to win because it's also Xbox's 20th anniversary. I don't own an Xbox.
Yeah, that's Red Notice. It's really bad apparently. And maybe I'll talk about it in what we watched in November, December, because I might watch it, but we'll see.
Remember when we did a review for Free Guy episode 2? We were saying like we went into the theater thinking that this was gonna be a shitty Ryan Reynolds comedy.
Well, this is the actual
Yeah,
shitty Ryan Reynolds comedy.
this is the shitty Ryan Reynolds comedy, and Dwayne Johnson's thrown in as well.
So to continue with movies coming out after Red Notice, Eternals also is already out at the time of recording. It's been out for I want to say 2 weeks. It's, as we said last time, it's the first MCU movie that has a rotten score, and I've heard it was pretty bad, but both of us have not seen it yet, as we said earlier in this episode.
We do have a buddy that has seen it, and he said it's all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it whenever it's convenient for me to see
Yeah,
it. I don't know if I want to go see it in theaters, but I'm gonna see it eventually just because it's MCU shit,
it's
right?
also really long.
It's
It's
and
a really long movie.
yeah, I don't have much else to say about Eternals, but we can lump in because it's MCU. We'll just lump in at the time of recording. Hawkeye is also out today, the
Oh yeah,
first
Hawkeye
episode
came out
anyway.
today. The first two
Yeah.
episodes.
Oh, 2 episodes. Okay.
Yeah. Hey Pat, who's your favorite cool dude?
Uh, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Yeah, he's a cool. He's so cool, right?
He's pretty cool.
He's pretty cool. You know who's another cool character that has nothing to fucking do with Chris Pratt?
Well, I know when I think Chris Pratt, I think lasagna, and when I think lasagna, I think about Garfield.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna say Garfield.
Not only is there news that there's a Garfield movie, but Chris Pratt is voicing Garfield.
Do they not have other actors? Could they not hire a fucking voice actor?
Like act like these are not voice actors. Like oh, for the Mario movie, none of them are actual voice actors.
Like Hollywood knows that like Charles Martinet and Max Middleton or whatever, they're just voice actors, right? You don't need to hire The Rock to play Crypto the Super Dog. Like you could get other actors. Oh, that's another thing we could put on. I'll just add it in.
Wait, he's playing Crypto the Super Dog?
Yeah, Kevin Hart is playing Ace the Bat Dog, and
Oh my god.
that's all I'm saying about the Super Pets movie. John Krasinski is Superman. We got a trailer. It looks bad. We're moving on. Garfield is a thing that's happening. We're
Oh wait,
also moving on.
this is not in the notes, but I just want to say this. Because you said Super Pets, and that reminded me that the Paw Patrol movie is getting a sequel
Yep.
coming out in 2023.
Yep. I'll be there day one.
You better be, or else I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
moving on.
another thing that's related to Chris Pratt that's not on the list is that they confirmed today or yesterday at the time of recording. I don't remember. It was this week. That they're not doing the typical it's some like Italian voice for Mario in the movie.
Oh yeah, they're not doing Mario. They're not doing
Yeah,
that.
I'm expecting he's gonna be like have like a Brooklyn accent probably. But either way, this is something I joked about when the announcement first happened, and now it's real. So yeah,
Yep. Well, it better not just be him using his normal talking voice.
it will be. You know it will.
So one of my favorite directors is Ridley Scott. I really like Ridley Scott.
Same. He makes good movies.
He made a movie called The Last Duel. Came out
Uh,
recently. Apparently it's
uh,
pretty good. But that's not what
yeah,
we're talking
it's
about.
it's been reviewing pretty well. I haven't seen it though.
We're not talking about that. We're
So
talking about him on Twitter.
he got mad for the second time this week on Twitter.
So the first time he got mad, he got mad at the MCU.
Listen, okay, I want to get this out of the way. I get it. Listen, I understand. And generally, I don't question directors like Ridley Scott. Okay, I get it.
He's a weird guy.
But like, dude, like you're kicking down. Like we know the MCU are just popcorn flicks. You don't need to kick down. Every
Yeah.
every director is putting their nose into this, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, what
Like,
into the MCU?
it really does come off as jealousy at this point.
Yeah, I think it like you expect people like Ben Shapiro to say that the MCU sucks and that the movies suck. Like that like coming from someone like him, it's like, yeah, that's expected. But then you got normal directors and like directors that have like a big name for themselves already that they don't really need this press. That is they're just getting jealous because they're making
I don't
millions of
understand
dollars.
I don't know where it comes from. Like it has to. Like I don't want to write it off as jealousy, but like it has to come from a place of jealousy, right?
I think so, because like,
'Cause, like, listen, like I get it. Like a lot of the Marvel movies aren't great, and like all of them are just dumb popcorn flicks. But like, not everyone goes to watch fucking her, you know?
yeah, it's just there's a point where you just have to realize that the only people who watch the MCU are people who are like at today. The only people who are watching the MCU and the new ones today are people who are already fans of it. And it's not
Yeah,
like
there are.
that's the only movies they watch.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just it's really I don't know. I just find it weird. But then a couple days later, Mr. Ridley Scott started complaining that his new movie is not getting good box office good scores at the box office, and it's not doing well because
the millennials and their goddamn cell
because
phones. Am I right?
millennials and their goddamn cell phones.
They don't know how to enjoy movies that aren't 30-second TikTok clips. Gosh dang it. That's such an old man yells at cloud moment. Like, dude, like I love you. Like I love your movies. I'll never question Ridley Scott when it comes to making a film. But, like he's coming off like such an old man yells at cloud. Do you know?
Yeah, like
It's
Ridley
just really
Scott, like
weird.
he like just in case you don't know, he directed Alien, the original Alien. He did Gladiator, The Martian, the original Blade Runner, Hannibal. He did Hannibal, the sequel to
He has a lot of movies under his belt that people probably don't have to question him when it comes to making movies. But like, you also shouldn't antagonize the audience.
yeah, especially when it's really not their fault.
I didn't even hear about this movie, so it probably just wasn't marketed well.
Yeah, I didn't see any trailers or anything like that. I didn't see any ads on like usually the way I hear about movies is I see the ads on YouTube, but I didn't see any of that. Like I think
Yeah,
they didn't just
it
sink enough money into the marketing
yeah
department.
it reviewed well both critically and audience score, so like it's a good movie. It probably did, like it just wasn't marketed well. But sure, blame the TikTok generation. Trust me, I like to yell at them too, but it's not their fault.
It's got Adam Driver, Jodie Comer.
Yeah, I might watch it, but like
I want to watch it too. Should we do an
now
episode on
maybe
it?
I don't want to because Ridley Scott's being a bitch.
I'm gonna pirate the movie so he doesn't get any money.
Yeah, that's Ridley Scott.
Yeah, that's Ridley Scott's debacle there. So Twitter's one hell of a place. Why I'm not there.
Twitter is indeed a place.
But Fresh Off the Reel is on Twitter. Check out the socials.
Yes. Next we have the Obi-Wan Disney Plus show. We got some casting info for that.
Yep.
One specific person anyway. A little man from a Sandy movie is coming back.
Not Dune.
Not Dune.
Uh
Hayden Christensen is coming
so
back, probably as a flashback.
yeah, he's coming back as a flashback. Now I just looked up on Google just Obi-Wan cast, and he's not casted as Anakin Skywalker. He's casted as Darth Vader.
Interesting. Well, this takes place after Episode 3, so I guess that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's like called Darth Vader even before he gets the suit. But Obi-Wan Kenobi with the Hayden Christensen casting and that he's called Darth Vader, so it's confirmed where it is on the timeline now. It's in between episode 3 and 4. We just don't know if it's before or after Rogue One. It's probably before Rogue One because I think
Yeah, probably.
Rogue One leads directly into episode 4. Is it before Solo? No, that's the question. Okay, next on the list. So,
Another trailer. The Book of Boba Fett got a trailer.
yep, Book of Boba Fett. This was a while ago. Like we said, it's been a while since the last episode. So the trailer for Book of Boba Fett is here. It looks really good. Mando's not in it, but I mean that's to be expected. But
That's to be expected, yeah.
yeah, but I'm just a little bit disappointed because so
He has
far,
his own show.
yeah, he has his own show, but so far this like he is my favorite Star Wars character. I freaking love him. He made me like Pedro Pascal as an actor because I wasn't
I
sold
love
on him yet.
I love Pedro Pascal. He's a beautiful cinnamon roll of a man. So that's that. Morbius got a second trailer.
Ooh, yeah.
That stupid vampire movie that Sony's making. For the movie itself, I don't have anything to say, but I'm just very confused
Yeah,
because
it's not clear
in the
what
trailer, in the
universe.
trailer, we see Tobey Maguire and a poster. Tobey Maguire Spider Man,
Yeah.
not the man.
Not the man, the myth, the legend.
We see a Amazing Spider Man Daily Bugle that references Black Cat and the Rhino. The Vulture is in it.
The MCU
Venom
Vulture.
is referenced. So I'm just very confused.
It
Um,
it's a very confusing trailer. We don't know which universe this is in. It, I think the thing that like solidifies this like is it's the MCU Vulture. So I mean,
yeah,
there's
I'm convinced it takes place after No Way Home in the MCU.
yeah.
But the thing is, this got announced like well before any of No Way Home, multiverse, Loki shenanigans were ever even on the table. So it's just really weird.
Was it announced when Loki was in production
I think before
before? Because if
it
Loki if
was
it was
announced like I think it was on like Morbius was like we got the first trailer for Morbius like after Endgame.
oh oh
I might be wrong, but like it's been a while.
unless Morbius got rewritten,
It's
that's pretty
that's
weird.
that's very possible.
It
It's
pro
possible it got
yeah.
completely rewritten here. But the thing is, Toby was in the first trailer, and so was Vulture. So it was already confusing, and now it's even more confusing. Like what the fuck?
I guess we just have to wait until it comes out.
I mean, I'm gonna see it day one probably, because if it wasn't very obvious to everyone, I'm a bit of a Spider-Man fan.
I want to watch Morbius as well, but it's coming out in 2022, so maybe I will be able to watch it in theaters. But we'll see. But it just looks really weird.
Maybe that's what they're banking on, this weirdness.
Yeah, I don't know. It's confirmed that it's Vulture, right? It's not just Michael Keaton in the movie.
No, no, it's Vulture, and Vulture even references hiring him for a Sinister Six in the MCU.
What the fuck? Where is
Yeah,
this
yeah,
movie?
like not the Sinister Six that's in No Way Home, a different Sinister Six. So, yeah, so like Vulture references hiring Morbius. I was about to say Magneto. Hiring Morbius to join the MCU Sinister Six, not to be confused with the Sinister Five that's in No Way Home.
It's weird. Like I don't know what to expect. Also, because I don't know who Morbius is. All I know is
He's a
that Morbius.
he's a vampire.
All I know is he's a vampire and he has the same name as Owen Wilson in Loki. That's all I know.
Yep.
Oh no, wait, that's Morpheus.
No, wasn't it Morbius?
I don't know. I have to look up Loki cast.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but it does. It's Mobius.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah.
But now we move on to the last one, the big one. After months of screaming from Spider-Man fans, we finally got the trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man No Way Home. For whatever reason, people were still doubting this was a multiverse movie. But now it is 100 million% confirmed that this is a multiverse movie.
How are people not in the first trailer? Doesn't Doctor Strange say the multiverse is a frightening thing we know very little of?
Yeah, but in No Way Home, in Far From Home, they also talk about the multiverse, and that was a lot of crap. And we also
Uh,
we did it because of Loki. We also didn't know if these were the original versions or if they were variants. So like it was just like there was still a lot of like to me it was obvious from the beginning, but there was a lot of like people doubting that it was multiverse. But now it is. Now we know. No, this is the Doc Ock from Raimi. This is Green Goblin from Raimi. We got confirmation that well, like we already knew about it because Jamie Foxx confirmed it like 2 years ago. But we see Electro in this. Lizard and Sandman are back. We see them. I'm very excited to see all these actors come back. Hopefully, they get equal representation or they get like equal treatment. But I'm also kind of just expecting a Lizard, an Electro, and Sandman. to get sidelined by the
Yeah,
main two.
it's mostly going to be Doc
Doc Ock
Ock.
and the Green Goblin show featuring the other three.
Yeah, because the I like that because it looks like in the trailer that Doc Ock is trying to help Peter. Uh,
I see you and one of our other buddies keep saying that, and I don't see it.
but he's like talking to them.
Well, he's talking to him because he's in jail. Like he has nothing else to do. They have him trapped.
Yeah, but I mean,
And hey, the thing that like when I remember I had said that Doc Ock is probably just manipulating Peter to get them out.
yeah,
Hey, that's what happens in the trailer. So I don't know where the he's helping him stuff comes from.
I don't know.
Like,
I thought it looked like it.
no, definitely not. At least like to me.
I want
Um,
him to.
well, here's the thing, right? And that's why I have like a lot of questions. Is because Doc Ock says you're like in the trailer they're chasing ghosts, and then Strange confirms that all these villains died. They're all dead.
Yeah, and
But but
their
we know
fate is
that
to
some of
die.
them, yeah, we all know that some of them didn't. Like the lizard didn't die, Sandman didn't die. You could argue Electro didn't exactly die. We didn't see a body. Like
Yeah, but Doc Ock died, and
Doc Ock died, and he's the one who says you're chasing ghosts. Does he know he's dead? Like there's
maybe he's a variant.
maybe, but like it's just we there's a lot of questions, and honestly, I don't want answers, but I want answers.
You'll get answers when you watch the movie.
Yeah, but I want to know now. But I also don't want to know now. It's weird.
I like the trailer is really good. It's also getting TV spots, and in the TV spots we're
Yeah,
getting.
that I haven't been watching, so just it's fair. Like yeah,
Yeah, I'll try to keep it like I won't say what's in the TV spots because Pat doesn't want to know. But we're getting new dialogue and new footage, and like none of them are big. Like it's just some extra stuff. There's some new jokes that were revealed. So far, the jokes in this movie are not landing.
I've been saying this a lot like lately about the MCU, but like it bothers me that the MCU feels the need to cut into serious moments with jokes. And
Yeah.
and it's something that's been like it's always been a thing in the MCU. It's been in this since Iron Man 1. It's like a staple of this franchise. But now, like 30 movies in, it's genuinely bothering me.
I hope they tone it down. Like apparently there's even like really stupid jokes in Eternals, and Eternals was supposed to be the different serious one. But
Yeah,
hey,
I want this to be a different serious Spider-Man movie. And
but
the
it can't
second
because it's
trailer,
Spider-Man.
the second one gives off that serious vibe. And then it just cuts into them with two jokes. But I just hope the jokes are few and far between.
Yeah, I hope so too. Like this movie's supposed to be really long, so
Like
maybe
I'm expecting the jokes to like the beginning to be very jokey before things are revealed, and I hope the jokes calm down once shit actually gets serious.
so the big debate, are Toby and Andrew in the movie?
Yes, though yes, there's no doubt in my mind.
So
You're you're
you're
you're
saying yes,
you're not
yes.
you're not bringing back all the villains, all of them, and you're not gonna bring back their Spider-Man.
So it there that one leaked there's that one leaked scene where Andrew's holding onto the bar and talking.
And and that bar that just happens to be in the second trailer. It's the same set. But
It's the
anyway,
same set. Now people are trying to because the video has no audio, so they're trying to figure out what he's saying. A lot of people think
that that
yeah, a lot of
that
people think
stuff, because
he's
I've seen a lot of different things about what he's saying. That I don't buy. Frankly, I don't care either. Like when the movie comes out, I'll hear what he has to say.
like because most people think he's saying you have web blood and like
And so
he's talking to
he's
Toby.
clearly talking to Toby. Now, there's another leak that also has the three of them in the same like general area as the trailer. But yeah, like I don't want to get too much into leaks because that's a different can of worms,
Yeah.
right?
So I still think there's a chance they're not in the movie, but now I think they are, but
So
not I
it's gonna
don't
be like
it's yeah.
last act.
Yeah, I think they're only going to come in for the last half hour maybe.
Oh yeah, same. I think they're 100% in the movie, but I'm not expecting them to be in the whole movie. They're gonna come in at the last act to save the
I think
day,
they come
teach
in
Kama a lesson.
I think they come in when Doctor Strange is on the top of the Statue of Liberty,
Well,
and
we don't know when that happens. Maybe that happens when the Lizard, Sandman, and Electro come in. Like we don't know, right? So
I don't know because it's nighttime, and for me, I always associate a big battle at night being the climactic one. I
I
don't know
don't think
why.
that's the final battle, right? Because maybe Otto won't participate, but like Green Goblin, assuming he's not dead, will participate in that, right? So like, where is he? Unless he's fighting Toby and Andrew, ho ho ho. Like we'll see.
For sure, the scene where Otto and Green Goblin come in is the scene on the bridge, which is probably in the
Yeah, yeah,
first
yeah.
like half hour
The
of the
first.
movie.
Yeah, yeah, it's the beginning of the movie for sure.
We had a joke. Pat and Pat said a joke off camera where he was like, in all the trailers and all the promos and even in the poster, it's only the bridge scene. So maybe the whole
So
movie is just the
it's just
bridge.
Spider-Man No Way Off the Bridge.
That bridge scene's gonna be like an hour long.
Or we've seen the entire thing already. They just ruined it in trailers.
It's gonna be like the first Deadpool movie where the first half of the movie is on the bridge. It's just happening in flashbacks.
But I have to say though, I like I did say I'm convinced 100% that they're in the movie. If they're not, I'm also not gonna be disappointed because I've been saying this like since Into the Spider-Verse came out and people were first like theory crafting a live action version with the three actors. As much as I would love to see Toby and Andrew again. Like the thought of being in the theater and hearing the Danny Elfman theme and the Hans Zimmer theme playing as they swing on screen, like I want to cry just thinking about it. So like in the theater, I will cry, but I also want Tom to get his trilogy. I want Tom to like to become Spider-Man, you know.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And I know it's weird for me to say that because for the other two that happened in their first movie, and Tom happened in his first movie, and then Far From Home happened. So like I really want Tom to finish his story, or at least this trilogy story, like himself. I don't want this to be like a I don't want it to be overshadowed by fan service.
Yeah,
But
and
if they play the Hans Zimmer theme, I'm gonna cry.
like I'm pretty sure like there's a chance that the only reason the other two are in the movie is for fan service.
Oh, 100%. It's fan service. I just don't want the fan service to overshadow Tom's arc because it's very clear based on these two trailers that they are trying to tell a Tom story.
Yeah, and
And what I want is I want Toby and Andrew, if they're there, to guide him to like figuring things out himself. But I don't want them to steal the movie when they show up. You know.
yeah, and for some reason, just like the way the movie looks like it's going, and the way the MCU just is, a lot of characters have been getting killed off lately. And
Ned's died. I'm putting money right now on podcast on recording. Ned's dead.
you think Ned's dead?
Ned's dead.
Y-
Aunt May, like 80% dead. Ned,
Yeah,
dead.
I think Aunt May's 80% dead. But what I was about to say is if Toby and Andrew are not like are only in just the last 30 minutes, then yeah. But if they're in like the majority of the film, I feel like one of them is going to die.
They won't do that. I think Sony would like actually not let them do that because them coming back in this opens the door for Sony to make Spider-Man 4, to make Amazing Spider-Man 3,
But
and
I don't think they're gonna make an
I
Amazing
d-
Spider-Man
no
3.
no I would doubt it. But them coming back at all opens a door for Sony to do this again. And I don't think Sony's gonna let Marvel kill them off. I also don't think killing any of them off does anything for Tom as a character. So I don't think they'll do it.
Maybe it'll
Well,
show him even Spider-Man can die.
well yeah, but he should know that already because Uncle Ben.
Well, he's not Spider-Man.
Look, he's not Spider-Man, but like him knowing that anyone could die at any point is an Uncle Ben thing.
Yeah, and
And like I'm like,
I think Aunt
and
May
that's
is for
that's
sure
what
the
I want.
death.
Okay, Aunt May would like hit the hardest for Tom anyway, but I don't want it to be her just because I feel like she's wasted in these movies.
And then
I love Marissa Tomei. Don't get me wrong, I love her. But can you tell me anything about this interpretation of Aunt May, aside from the fact that she's hot?
uh no.
No, I could tell you.
Happy thought they were dating.
I mean, Tom thought they were dating.
Happy wanted to date Melissa Tomei.
Oh right, yeah, because she's hot.
Yeah, and then because they were spending so much time together, he thought they were in a relationship, right? And then when Tom was like, "Are you two dating?" Didn't he say yes and she said no?
She said no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like all she is just jokes and then being hot, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's such a waste for Aunt May. Because like for the other two Aunt Mays, I could tell you a lot about both of them, and I could tell you a lot about what they mean for Peter, but I can't do the same for this
I
one.
could even tell you
Or,
more about the Aunt May from the game.
same, and that's why like I don't want this Aunt May to die because I want her to do something.
Yeah. Me too. Like she's pretty just she's kind of just
You could remove her for the most part.
yeah, she doesn't really
In,
make
in
a huge
fact, in
difference.
fact, I want to remove her from Far From Home. I wish she wasn't in it.
She's only in the beginning scene, isn't she?
Yeah, no, she's in like she's in that collective like 5 minutes of the movie. I hate all five.
She was
I
there for
don't
a
like
joke.
that she. Okay, I'm gonna save the Far From Home bitching for the Far From Home episode, but I just don't like that she knows and doesn't care.
Yeah, they
In fact,
they
she
bait you.
knows. Yeah, they bait you with Homecoming, and we never see that. We never see that anything in
She
that
almost
scene.
says a fuck word.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm done ranting about Far From Home.
Yeah, we should be done with hot off the presses anyways, because that I think that's it, right? Yep.
Yeah, that's all I want to say about No Way Home. We're gonna talk about No Way Home eventually on the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry,
So
I'm clearing my throat a lot. I don't know what's up.
no, I mean we've been recording for longer than usual, so like that's fine.
Yeah, this is aiming to be the longest episode, but it's okay because Dune is a really long movie.
Yep. Anyway, for the last bit, luckily I don't have much to say. Welcome to Backlogged, where we take stuff off our backlog and recommend it to each other.
So last week, well, 2 weeks ago, 2 episodes ago, I mean, Pat recommended me shit that he thought was good.
So now he did the same for me.
So I did the same. So he recommended me Daredevil, and I didn't like it.
Well, that's good
So
because I didn't like the movie he recommended me.
last week I recommended him a movie that I think is pretty all right, but it is terrible. I recommended him the Angry Birds movie, which we
And
have
I watched,
which
and I
since then we've been just calling it Mad Bird.
yeah, I indeed watched Mad Bird. It was shorter than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know why I expected it to be 2 hours, but it wasn't.
It's only 90 minutes.
It's an hour and 46 minutes actually.
Okay, okay. The
Yeah, it was
most
really short, and I watched it like when I was pretty tired.
I forgot to rewatch it, but I've seen it before, obviously.
So I'll give you
Tell me,
the
yeah,
TLDR of what happens before I give my thoughts.
tell me what you thought. Read the synopsis.
No, I don't want to Google it again. The TLDR of what happens in Mad Bird is our Mad Bird himself, Red,
Yeah,
uh,
he's
is
red
told to
because
go to
he's named Red
because
because
he's
he's
red.
red. Get it?
Yeah, he's red because he's red. He is an angry man. Some would say too angry. So the birds tell him he needs to go to anger management with all the other pissed off birds. And he's not happy to be there. So he rallies up the other birds that are pissed. And then there's pigs that come to the island to kill them or whatever. And then the movie ends.
Okay, so the actual plot is yeah, Red goes to anger management. The pigs come in and the pigs become friends with the birds. But then the pigs find their eggs and the pigs are like, "Ooh, eggs delicious." So they steal all the eggs and then the birds they do the video game to kill the pigs and get the eggs back. This movie could have been 20 minutes long.
Would have made for a fun animated short.
It really would have. Uh, a really like something I really like about this movie is the animation. I think it's really clean and really
Yeah,
nice.
I don't have a problem with the animation. I think it's animated fine. I think the art style's fine. My problem is everything else.
Thing is, some of the jokes are good. The other jokes are
Really bad.
the mighty eagle peeing.
In fact, I could tell you, I didn't laugh at all watching this
I laughed once. You wanna know when? At the
one.
very beginning when Red kicked the child. Okay, that sounds bad when I say that, but
Uh,
he kicked a baby bird, and
because
it
he's a mad
flew
bird. Get it, guys? He's mad.
like across the ocean. That was hilarious because
Yeah, I'm
guy
not gonna be
kicking
completely
kid.
real with you. I don't even remember this happening.
That's in like the first
That's
5 minutes.
that's how like as much I did not enjoy this movie.
What'd you rate it,
You know,
Pat?
if it had two Evanescence songs in it, I would have liked it more. I gave it a 2, I think, out of 5.
Yeah, you get. I think so.
I think I get like it's probably like a 1 and a 1.5, but like it's animated really well. It's got some decent voice acting.
I
So I
gave
can't
it
like too harsh.
I gave it two
But
and a half because some part of me genuinely enjoys this, and I'm telling you, the
I
Angry Birds 2 is actually funny.
I can see kids liking this. I'm a 25-year-old man,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Also,
And
I just want to
go ahead.
so I want you to go on Letterboxd
Okay,
and go on the Angry Birds movie.
okay,
Okay, are you there?
yes.
Click on the director Fergal Riley. They used a stock image for his photo.
Wait, hold on. Fergal Riley. Oh wow, okay, that's actually like Getty him. Literally has the watermark on it.
It's a stock
He
photo.
directed films. Interesting.
Also, Pat's review of this movie. I'll play it right now. This is Pat's review of the movie.
I can you play this audio? I don't think you're able to play the
It's only
audio.
I played the audio of Monster House. It was fine,
Okay, so then
and that
my
was
bird,
longer.
my review of Bird.
This is his review of Bird.
Hey,
Yes.
I want my board.
There it was. That was a scene from Iron Man 2. I want my boat.
I want my boat. Yeah, that's Mad Bird.
That's Mad
And
Bird.
in exchange, I have a recommendation for you, Lib.
Is it garbage?
It is not garbage.
Okay.
So before the episode, Lib asked me if I was recommending him garbage, and I said no. But
Okay.
and now I could finally explain that.
All right. Please. Oh yeah. He said that once he explains it, I'll know what movie it is.
Like you'll know what I meant when I said like it's not a bad movie, and generally everyone I've spoken to about it loves it, but it's a weird movie.
Okay.
So for the people who know me in my personal life, I'm a big fan of a little band called Daft Punk.
Oh.
And they did
Okay.
an album very early in their career called Discovery. My favorite album ever made.
Of
I listen
anything?
to this album in completion basically daily. Lib, you're also a fan of Daft Punk, correct?
I listen to a couple tunes every now and then.
Yeah, you enjoy One More Time.
I do like One More Time. One of my favorite songs ever is Get Lucky.
Well, that's not in what I'm going to talk
Yeah,
about.
I know
But
that's in
if,
Ram.
did you know that they made a movie?
I did.
It's called Interstellar 5555. And that's the movie I'm recommending to you. It's basically just an animated music video for the entire album.
How long is
It's
that?
it's like an hour ish. It's not long.
Here, okay, I have it. The story of the secret star system.
It's an hour and a half, 90 minutes. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so they take the songs from Discovery and they wove them together into telling this weird sci-fi mystery story. And personally, I think it's really good. You're not an anime guy,
No.
but there's no dialogue in this movie. The only dialogue, every spoken word in this movie is a song.
Right.
So I think if nothing else, you're just listening to Discovery. So you can't
And
hate it.
I've done that many times.
Yeah, so you can't hate it. But this is one of my favorite movies ever made. Is it
Okay.
because I love Discovery? Yes. But
Is he
That's what I was
biased?
saying.
Yes.
This is what I meant when I said before. Like everyone I've spoken to loves it, but it's because they love Discovery. Maybe not
Yeah.
necessarily because they love the movie. Yeah, that's your homework. You're gonna listen to Discovery
Okay,
with the anime
so
visuals.
next episode, in the backlog segment, I'll be talking about Interstellar 5555. You know, I've been meaning to watch this movie, so you know what?
There
Good.
you,
I really
there
want to
you go.
watch it. Well, that was actually a surprise. I was not expecting that.
I was listening to Discovery like today, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Lib hasn't seen Interstellar yet.
Well,
Let's recommend it.
maybe I'll really enjoy it because I do love Discovery. It's a good album.
It's a fantastic album.
Well, and with that, I think that wraps up the so far longest episode we've ever done.
Hell
We're
yes.
going on 2 hours for the recording.
Nice.
Don't know how long this is gonna be in the actual episode, but yeah, it's because we went on really long tangents when we were talking about Dune.
We did, but it's fine.
It's okay. This was the episode you wanted, right? Like because
Exactly. You wanted the sand one.
we kept teasing it, and now you finally got it. Now we could finally stop talking about Dune on other episodes. Now we're gonna put a Dune reference in every episode now. That's just a thing now.
It's the thing now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Spider-Man reference. We're just gonna do Dune references, but they're gonna be really fucking obvious because it's Dune. Thank you everybody so much for taking the time to listen. Make sure to check out all our socials, which you can find on the link tree. It's just linktr.ee/fresh_off_the_real with no capitals. Or you could just go on the YouTube, Fresh Off the Reel, and just check the description. All of our socials are there. There you'll also find a place where you can recommend us movies or TV shows that we are going to watch, and then eventually we might review them for a podcast episode. Doesn't that sound exciting? Don't you want to be part of that?
We might already have one of those recommendations on the old schedule. So if you want to have yours on the old schedule, you know what to do.
Fresh Off the Reel is brought to you by the Jazzwalkers Network. Make sure to check out the Jazzwalkers Network on YouTube and on December 19th on Twitch, when we are going to be doing a huge charity live stream for Stand Up to Cancer. If you want to come hang out with us and donate to a really good cause, make sure to come join us on December 19th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. It's gonna be it's gonna be on Steph's channel, right?
Yep, it's gonna be on the Toon Man Twitch channel.
Yeah, twitch.tv/ToonManLive. And we will see all of you in a theater near you. Good night, everybody.
Night.